talking about?
We're nowhere else.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Okay.
Turks, that was the biggest tasrifat I heard in my life.
Bedtime remind. So yeah, that was more interesting for me than whatever he was saying.
Salva حقتك بالباك.
We're talking about putting in effort here,
So what you're trying to say is that whenever we
presenting
say...
ourselves in the best light.
You talking about the podcast? Or what?
Yes.
Okay, so you basically say that when we start the podcast, we really tune in.
Yeah.
And we're focused on the podcast.
Yeah. Exactly.
That is a bunch of bullshit.
It's like we are right now.
No, the hell we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're
It
not.
feels like we are. There's that sensation that says,
Stop feeling. Your feelings aren't valid.
Manny,
See, that should be said more often to people.
Yes.
your feelings aren't valid.
Yeah,
that's
your
so
feelings aren't
that's so dismissive.
Yeah, well,
Yes. Some people need to be dismissed.
But it's my reality. It's my experience.
Yes, and
Don't take it away from me.
I do not have to be a participant in your self-worth.
I mean, unfortunately, I see you. So you have to. If I see you and you're present within my vision or any general other senses,
Have you seen the size
then I
of
have
my-
to interact with you.
Have you seen the size of my head? I am present in everyone's vision.
See, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like just a minute ago.
You close your eyes and you'll see my head.
Thank you for rephrasing it in a better way. Yeah, but
he's the son of the Teletubbies.
he's always looming over
He's
you.
always looming.
And funny enough, guess that's how I got to know him at the beginning of our friendship.
Yes.
What, looming?
He was a loomer. That's what
He would emerge from the cubicle just to,
and in his own way, but that's actually quite accurate, you know. And he would leer over you, you know, and he'd be like, "Number one, what are you doing?" He's like, "Nothing. What are you doing?" I was like, "My job. What do you want?" He's like, "Nothing. Just some company."
No, you're incorrect.
that's sad. That's so
I
sad.
don't. You are incorrect. I never wanted company.
I wanted friendship.
No,
Even
No.
worse.
not even that.
I'm at my work here.
Not even that.
What would you want?
Validation.
Oh wow! Look at the levels of where he wanted to. Look at where I was. You know.
That's the problem, bro. You were asking validation from Champsy.
Yeah.
He's the wrong person.
Like what a world, you know.
Here's the thing. When you meet Shams, you're like, oh, this guy has shit together. He's very calm. He's very
the voice.
intelligent.
It's the voice.
Exactly. The voice is doing some heavy lifting.
But we know that. We know that, number one.
Not initially.
But not everyone else.
Yeah.
When they first they hear you.
yeah.
This is, Galik was telling me the other day.
Yeah.
He's like, the first time I heard Shams, I'm like, oh, but this guy's an intellectual.
Yeah.
He's like 200 podcasts in. He's like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Well, you see, that's prime intellectual territory. That's how you know if someone is intellectual.
Oh my
At
god,
some
shout out
point,
Galik,
he
man.
loses the plot.
Astaghfirullah, man.
Proving whatever we're saying right now.
Exactly.
The onion has two layers.
But once again, thank you guys for like showing up and for like,
Why?
yeah,
Why?
just because I'm happy. I'm happy to actually have this space.
Okay.
I may not say it enough. Actually, I feel like I say it a lot.
You do.
Yeah, you're
It's
always,
disturbing.
Yes, it's disturbing.
you're
Yes.
always in your feelings.
It's
about
like
this.
it's very special, and my feelings are valid here.
You're very
What the
special.
fuck is
You know, here in this context, they are valid.
Well, yes, in front of the camera with the microphones on, in front of people, we make you feel like everything you do is valid.
Isn't this a space? Isn't this a safe space? Isn't that what we agreed initially?
Did we? Did ever?
Like I feel like that was one of the first conversations.
Well,
guys, it's gonna be a safe space.
I think you said that. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We can talk about our feelings.
This
and
goes back
stuff.
to the importance of contracts, Chefs.
Yeah.
We don't have any.
Like,
You got lured in.
it wasn't written down.
Sure, it's gonna be a safe space. Come on, come on, you're good.
For you, always a safe space.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I do feel
Wanted, loved.
embraced by your
Aw.
by your warmth. All of y'all's.
Warmth.
Yeah.
And keep
I
him-
feel like you wanted to
let
use
him
the
keep
word
going, let him keep
bosom,
going,
but
let him-
In the movie, bosom comes with warmth. Yeah. that's besides the point.
I'm sorry, he shouldn't-
I'm talking about
he shouldn't have
general
kept
warmth. You know, like the sun provides warmth.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, good stuff.
This is it?
Yeah, so this was the segue to our next bit,
To our next bit.
which is new music. Finally,
Oh my god. Hey, welcome past Kabsa. It's your boy Ado. What's up? What's poppin'? Episode 212. You got the homie Tix right behind
Hello.
me. I got the homie Shams right next to me.
Hey.
Listener number 1 is in the building.
I am here.
You are listening to the number 1 podcast in the.
Oh, you got the
universe.
radio voice going.
We got space in the universe.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Aziz was saying something.
New track.
New track by aziz.wav
And Cali B.
and Cali B, of course.
When you look
2 a.m.
Round and around we go. It's 2 a.m. Hey. Round and around we go. It's 2 a.m. Baby, be just who you are. When you coming to me, I'm just healing all your scars. How you want it from me, I'll just give it where you are. Baby, tastes like honey, she be waiting for that part. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby knows I'm going far. When she talking,
Shout out to our tens and tens of listeners. Shout out to tens and tens of viewers.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate every single one of y'all. Shout out to our YouTube listeners, viewers actually. Shout out to our Apple and Spotify listeners and everybody else in between. We appreciate you for being here. That is aziz.wav with Cali B called 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Beautiful fucking track.
When you're
Sir,
looking,
bro.
I can see with her. Oh, hey. Round and around we go. It's 2 a.m. Oh, hey. Round and around we go. It's 2.
As you can see, we are starting on a vibe. Yes, we are.
Anyway. So we
Yeah,
started.
it's a fucking vibe.
Shout out to the boy. Amazing track.
Very
Yeah.
beautiful track.
Very
honestly.
beautiful fucking track. I loved it. When I heard it in the car, I wasn't too sure.
No, you needed to turn up the volume.
Yeah, because Entitled fucked up my speakers. Okay, that's why.
see.
So I don't trust my car
Okay,
anymore.
that's a you problem right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I waited and I put on my headphones and listened to it, and what a vibe!
Yes, very.
I really
very
like
much-
it. No,
very
I
much
really,
a
really
vibe,
like it.
honestly.
Shout out to Aziz and Calabi. Beautiful fucking track. You can catch it on Spotify,
All the
Apple,
streams, all the
everything. You can find it
streamings.
everywhere, bro. Anyway, shout out to the boys. What's happening? What's good? How y'all been? It's been a week. I haven't seen y'all. I haven't felt y'all presence around me, which was
Alhamdulillah.
amazing. Alhamdulillah.
Good.
Alhamdulillah.
We are happy.
Good. All right. I'm so happy.
Yes.
Thank you for the one word answer.
yeah.
You did nothing. Relax.
No, nothing.
Okay.
I've been entranced by video games, Abdul. I'm still there.
aw.
Yes.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome. to the
Welcome
club.
back.
Welcome. It's been a long time, honestly, but I understand now why it's a $1 billion industry.
Bedri.
Yeah. It seems that there is something
You're
to
an
it.
idiot, bro. Why are you always late to everything?
You know, guess how late I am to this ride. If I do
Trust me, I know.
Is it 6 years?
7 years.
7 years. 7
The
years.
sequel already came out and
Yes.
still playing the original game.
Yes, the
I like
original,
them.
the original Zelda.
Not the original Zelda.
The original Zelda that came out on this Nintendo Switch, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Great game, by the way. I think everybody knows this at this point as well.
Yeah, well established
Yeah,
already.
that's been my weekend.
حلوة سالفة.
حلوة
bad.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna restart the vibe again because this is some bullshit, bro. I'm not going through this again with y'all. We're restarting the whole vibe.
Let's replay. Let's my test again.
Oh,
Restart.
This is a safe space.
I mean, isn't it? It is, right?
Hey, welcome back.
It's 2 a.m. Why you calling? Just take.
Oh my god.
Still a good
Anyway, you just start. Stop, Allah, start for the back. We want to start by giving a shout out to our 2 astronauts that are in
Amen.
fucking
Yes.
space.
Yes.
Speaking of space.
سالفة البايخة.
Alhamdulillah ala salama.
Speaking of space.
Yes.
الحمد لله على السلامة. رايحين بيت أمكم. شو اللي رايح عند السلامة؟
شو ورا بعد شوي.
man.
You listen to him say it, كنا بيقول جيب معك خبز وانت راجع.
Exactly. أمي تسلم على أمك. عندكم بصل. Anyway, here's the thing. So, I witnessed the whole thing, like A to fucking Z. I was there. I was tuned in. This is a moment. I lived this moment. I'm gonna tell my kids in the future that I saw this happen in front of me. I'm not gonna tell them how I was sitting. But I'm just gonna tell them, yo, it happened.
I was
saw it on
there.
TV.
Like I witnessed it.
Yeah, and no, I'm gonna tell them that I was there. Oh fuck this! Hopefully this podcast dies before I have kids.
I mean, no, but see, it was a moment to experience, honestly.
it was an amazing
it
moment.
really was.
I was so annoyed on the fact that they can't see themselves taking off.
I mean, I think they're.
What, you wanted a live stream from within? What?
No, I wanted for them to be able to see what's happening in front of them. You know, that view as you go through the clouds of the sky.
Ah, yeah.
You know, they missed out. They were both talking about the feeling of that takeoff and how it feels with all that jet fuel right behind
that's
you.
where the focus
G-force.
is. Basically, being there.
But I was watching it, and in 12 minutes they were in space, bro.
Huh?
Yes.
It's so cool.
That's how rockets work.
I had like a 2-hour window open. It's like in 12 minutes, I'm sitting like, what?
That's scary.
And
That is very
the joy, and once you get into 0 Gs and just everything starts lifting up, and oh shit, okay, the pen just floats.
No, it was very
It was beautiful.
And then
it was absolutely beautiful.
It was 12 minutes to space and then a 16-hour journey to the space station.
all the way to the space
Yeah.
station.
Yes. That was
And you see, that's
wild.
like there's that adrenaline rush for that first 12 minutes, and the rest of the time you're just plateauing and just waiting to get there. But
You're living on sensors.
yes, but at the same time, it's just like being able to get used to being in space is going to take you a minute, you know, like until you actually process, and okay, I am here. And this is going to be my reality for the next 2 weeks. I am literally outside of Earth.
Human beings are not meant for space. Your body does not understand
Exactly.
space.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and
you
there
need
was-
gravity.
There
you
was
know?
there was an experiment. I remember it's one of my favorite videos of all time. Where you know how when you drop a cat, yeah, Shamsi, not
Yeah, yes, I've dropped many cats in
Yes.
my time. Yeah.
I said drop, not kill.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't killed many.
Yeah,
Takes
One-
a- or-
one.
or-
More- it's
or
the fact
any.
that it's more than one. That's
It takes more
concerning.
than one drop for
Yeah.
that.
So when you drop a cat, there's a reflex in its body that has it right its own body. Like it will flip in the air, so it
It's like
on its feet.
a cat gyroscope.
Yes,
What?
they did.
It's like a cat
Okay.
gyroscope.
He's not far off.
Okay.
They did this experiment in 0G, in simulated 0G, where you're in a plane and the plane dips and comes back up and simulates 0G.
Yeah.
They dropped the cats just kept spinning.
No.
Spinning. What's wrong? Something's
Turks
wrong.
thousand evil laughter.
Infinite energy. Wow.
Yeah, they put a piece of butter toast on it, and that's
Exactly.
infinite
Yeah.
energy.
I was saying
Infinite energy.
you're breaking the bounds of everything that you thought you knew about, you know, reality. That's what happens when you go to space.
Yes.
The fact that you have to live in a suit, the fact that you have, you know, finite oxygen, food, everything. The fact that you have to recycle, you know, water, and like it's just that whole experience, and being able to just go there and come back and bring that knowledge back with you is
They're going to be there for 7 days.
Yeah,
So by the time this episode comes out, they should be landing.
inshallah.
Bismillah.
Bismillah.
Are they live streaming the landing too?
Yeah, most likely. Look, I don't know if they're live streaming it, but I do find live streams is these people who actually chase these things.
Okay, hello.
You know, so like when I was looking for it, I found SpaceX and then like 20 other things. I'm like, okay, I appreciate it, yeah.
Okay,
Wallah.
there's options here, bro. It was on the news. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the thing that I actually
course it's
love.
on the
The
news.
fact
Yes.
that the actual entire launch was
Yeah, because SpaceX does a live podcast all the time from the whole process from beginning to end until takeoff.
and
Yeah, they started what, like 8 o'clock? And then
No, it started
nine
at,
something.
10:30.
No, 9:30. I already like open up YouTube and started watching.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be 10 o'clock.
what
when
they
it
have
started.
for breakfast.
they announced that it's gonna be 10 o'clock. I
No,
don't know.
that-
I wasn't like
The
cooking.
takeoff was supposed to be for 12:30. It was on time.
No, but-
Yeah, it is. The live broadcast was that they announced it's gonna start at 10.
Okay.
I want like 9:30. I went like, okay, let's just open it up, leave it in the background. 9:30. They're already talking about it, and they're already like getting into the.
It's amazing, bro.
No,
It's so
for me, it
amazing.
was just that moment where everybody was watching the actual launch and just waiting for the launch to
Bro,
happen.
it
Like
was-
it was something that you know, it's rare for moments that bring everybody together to happen. You actually have something that everybody talks about the next day. You know, so watching that, seeing that, it was that was one of the most beautiful parts for me.
The most beautiful part was actually this. If I can find it.
Yeah.
I think I know the one.
Thank you, John. This is Ali Al-Karni. If you just allow me to start speaking in Arabic first. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وشكرا. هذه الكلمتين اللي تصف شعوري هذه اللحظة. الحمد لله بتيسيره وفضله وصلنا إلى محطة الفضاء الدولية. شكرا لحكامنا بقيادتهم وحكمتهم ونظرتهم في المستقبل وتطور البشرية. شكرا لاهتمامهم بمجال الفضاء. شكرا لأسرتي على الدعم اللامحدود اللي حظيت منهم. شكرا لزوجتي وأهلي جميعا. شكرا لهيئة السعودية للفضاء بتحقيق هذا الحلم للناس، وقريبا إن شاء الله سينضمون لنا الكثير بإذن الله. شكرا.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro,
Beautiful.
this was beautiful, man. This was beautiful
Agreed.
Yeah,
in so many ways. Hold on.
it gives you shivers.
The
Rewind it. Rewind
from
it.
here,
The
from here.
opening line.
yeah,
Thank you everybody.
guys, it was beautiful how she started.
Hello everyone, so this is Jana Barnawi. So if you allow me, I'll start in Arabic first. تحية طيبة من الفضاء الخارجي، الحمد لله، فضل الله.
Bro, تحية طيبة من الفضاء. Come on, bro. That's a bar right there,
That's my
man.
new greeting. Anyone.
هي طيبة.
تحية طيبة من الفضاء, bro. This is gonna be in every single anime from now on. What are you talking about?
This is real. This is
It's
this
real.
is today. This
Put,
is
put
us.
that on a shirt right now.
For real, man. تحية طيبة من الفضاء, bro. That was beautiful, bro.
Agreed.
In so many ways. On top of that, she was wearing her grandma's earrings in space, man.
That's,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
that is amazing.
holding on,
That was
honestly,
amazing.
to family and just it's the whole thing. It's the whole experience. Actually, seeing it come true it's like a dream, honestly.
For real, man. Like I still can't believe it.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Like,
Wallah,
alhamdulillah.
alhamdulillah.
فعلا
alhamdulillah.
شكرا. فعلا, like, thank you to everybody that made this possible.
The
Honestly.
Saudi Space Commission,
Yeah.
our government, everybody involved, astronaut number 599 and astronaut number 600.
Mm-hmm.
And we also shout out to our brothers in the UAE. We had one waiting for us upstairs.
Yes, we have family.
Yo,
Yeah.
أخيراً.
Our cousins.
Did you see the video when they first came in?
Yeah.
He was passing out tamar. You didn't know this? Yeah. ضيافة عرب.
Welcome.
Allah,
ضيافة عرب in space, bro.
Wallahi, careful.
Fucking beautiful. It's
Oh,
so amazing. It's I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. It's one of those things that makes you speechless. You're just proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And I still stand corrected that with the second y'all land, we're gonna annoy the fuck out of y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now. We're gonna bother you with the dumbest
Honestly,
question.
I think that they'll be expecting that. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Like one of us went to space and it's actually
Two of
talking.
us.
Two of us.
Two of us.
Exactly, two of us. And bro, just imagine the kids watching this right now.
And that's
All the
for
little
me-
boys and girls,
yeah.
bro, watching this one now. This is amazing.
That's for me one of the strongest messages here. The fact that you're making this a reality for the next generation. The fact that you're telling everybody that this is something you're participating in. This is something they could aspire to, and literally make it all the way to space.
There's there's only one thing you can say. يا بلادي واصلي.
سبحان الله.
Amen.
والنعم بالبلد واللي فيها. But I want to say one thing. I told you guys, for the listeners who are not paying attention to Twitter, the Arab world some people were angry about us going to space, but for all the wrong reasons.
I wonder why.
Actually, for all the dumb reasons, they were the wrong reasons.
Excuse you for all the hilarious reasons.
It's actually better.
Tell us more.
There was a fight on Twitter, and there was people
لا يا
saying that that Saudi sold its soul to the devil.
How?
Exactly. Well, how this time? Because apparently we did it so many times.
Yeah,
Of
course.
it's been a thing.
They're like
apparently.
they bought into the propaganda of the Americans of going to space.
Propaganda.
The Earth is flat, but they joined the lie.
Space does not exist.
Okay, so basically what they're saying is we went to Space Jam Studios
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
and we got
You didn't see Jordan jumping in the background from space.
Exactly. We got on set with Mickey Mouse and Looney Tunes, basically.
What?
It was the Jordan logo. Moving slowly.
Yeah.
Saw Bugs Bunny just walk into frame like, whoop, nope, never mind.
No, but honestly, I don't understand how people still don't believe. Like, have you not seen the rocket launches? Like,
Look,
the rockets go up.
It's fake.
I'm sure-
Stanley Kubrick.
I'm sure the
did it.
word stupid didn't get in the dictionary for no reason.
True. The fact that people, I know for me, it's just weird for me that people still don't believe in the fact that we went to the moon or humanity went to the moon. You know, and people have been going to space for a long time. So there's precedent for people.
Like
going
I said,
up there.
astronaut number 599 and
Yeah.
astronaut number 600.
exactly. I'm not really sure how you can really get the message acroos in
There's a funny study about conspiracy theories that found that, funnily enough,
599.
funnily enough, that conspiracy theories are divided across the political spectrum. Like some political theories are stronger on the right versus the left.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. Vaccine truthism, strong on the right.
Okay.
Moon,
Flat Earthism.
No, moon landing conspiracy, strong on the left. Because if you're on the right, you're saying, God damn right, America went to the moon.
Okay.
Basically, that's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
That was weird.
I mean, it's still the fact that people are actually making a fuss about it on Twitter is funny. Thank them for the joke.
Well, here's the question.
Yeah.
Turks,
There's
do you
hilarity
think Elmo
there.
is awake right now?
Probably not.
Yeah, because we're recording late.
Yeah.
Next episode, I'm calling Elmo. Next episode, we better record early.
Y'all-
I'm
Just to
calling
make
Elmo.
sure.
Yeah, because Elmo is a flat earther. Okay? Okay? And I want to hear from him how he feels right now.
I think I remember him talking about waterfalls of air at the edge of the world.
Wow.
You mean airfalls of air?
Yeah.
I remember when I was in Australia, he was telling me, يا خبل, أنت مصدق الخريطة اللي في الطيارة?
يا حرام.
Wow.
Habibi.
I was like, so how to get to Australia? He's like, you know, you had to take spins
Bro,
for 7 hours
There's a
before
map.
landing.
There's a map maker cartel. You know, it's organized. It's global. You know.
Yes, big cartography.
You know, it's actually big globes. You know, close enough. You know.
Oh, anyway, congrats to them.
We
wish them all the best.
we look forward to welcoming our hero astronauts back home. Also.
Yes. إن شاء الله بالصحة والسلامة. We'll know in the next couple days. we'll see.
محملين بالعلم.
بإذن الله, بإذن
Yes, inshallah.
what's the name? Instagram is doing something new, by the way. Instagram is creating its own Twitter.
What?
Wait, what?
Sorry?
How does that work?
Exactly like Twitter.
As in, you don't have to post media.
Yes,
just
exactly. It's just
text.
like text-based.
Okay, so it's
Come
like
on, what? On the same app?
I have no idea if it's going to be on the same app or not. I read somewhere that was in beta testing right now, but I don't know how is that going to look like. Most likely they're going to have a new tab at the bottom for that.
which makes you jump to. بس إنه يعني
Okay, by then, what's the difference between Instagram and
I
Facebook?
feel like a lot of people left Twitter to go to Instagram because they wanted to
Here's what-
avoid
Exactly.
dealing with
Here's the
Twitter
thing,
bullshit. You know?
Yes.
Here's the thing you need to understand, Turks. They want to converge everything. They want to have the app for everything.
You want the super app?
Yes. The app, if that makes sense.
The what?
The app.
As in the mother of all apps.
Yes.
Because is the mother of all civilizations. This is
Highbrow.
yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
This is
I bring culture to the podcast.
intellectual man speak, Turks. This is what that is. I mean, it's working,
that's
isn't it?
Well, I think they're trying to capitalize
yeah.
on the fact that people are angry at Elon Musk and Twitter. And
Yes.
like, yo, let's just bring them up to us.
Well, but then there are Twitter alternatives that have been sprouting here and there.
Name
Like
one.
what?
A blue sky.
That's
What?
one.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. See, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Parlor, the Nazi app.
Parlay.
Parlor. The
Is
Nazi.
that the tag? Is that the full name?
Basically,
The government name.
I logged in as a gag,
Okay.
and the first thing that happened, no, it was 6 million is a very big number, don't you think?
Wow.
Yeah, he just got it.
Yes. سألك حب حب. Anyway.
Yeah. But again, I feel like it's probably going to end up working in a sense where people are going to use it. But is it going to draw more users to them? I don't think.
I don't know, bro.
They're looking for
Even
that at
looking
this
at
point.
it, when you look at it, do you really want everything in Instagram?
No. Alas.
No.
We're good. I think
So,
we're good.
have you guys ever used the shopping stuff in Instagram?
No,
No, but I know some people.
Because-
I browsed through it, but I never.
Yeah, but you never actually.
I browse through it and then go to the website. I know some people who actually buy from Instagram and they get scammed a lot. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
alhamdulillah.
Yeah, but so, again, let's say the real.
What an asshole, bro.
Yo, they got to learn somehow. Somehow. Might as well be trial and error. Yeah.
Not everything your parents can teach you.
But them ripping other apps off has actually worked in a sense. Like stories have taken over the whole Snapchat element in a sense.
True.
I would say.
True.
They rob Snapchat for everything that is Snapchat.
Yeah,
TikTok.
Reels have presented a TikTok alternative for people like me who don't want to download TikTok.
But it's still
Just because,
multimedia.
you
It's
know.
still
إيه بس عرفت إنه
Not
يعني
text-
they're just I think there's in a sense they're a little bit scared of what Elon might do with Twitter, not the fact of what Twitter is now, but that Elon actually
Though,
They're trying
has
to
the-
capitalize on that fear.
has the ability to mobilize Twitter in whatever shape, way, or
though
form he wants to.
there's an interest. We're living in an interesting age when it comes to these major social media companies. I'm seeing a big push for alternatives to the big apps for each particular sphere of information.
like what?
I'll give you an example. Have any of you heard of Rumble?
Yes.
Rumble?
Is it,
Sorry, I just
is that
screamed in
a
everyone's ear.
fight?
wait,
What?
is it exactly? Does it match up wrestlers?
No, Rumble is a alternative to Twitch, and it's being funded by like billionaires. It has a lot of like hundreds of millions of VC, just like Jeep. And
Okay.
you're terminated from Twitch. تعال.
So because
But what's the
competition is good, no?
The whole thing that's selling itself on, it's like we're Twitch but unrestricted.
Isn't Twitch?
You can say the hard R here, my guy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Basically.
Wow.
Wow.
Basically, that's the real. Because I've seen people who've been kicked off on Twitch and they're, Rumble signed with me. Like, they gave me a contract. خلاص طلع. Content. Like, they're burning through money.
I get the point of, or you already have a streamer with a large number of, like a huge following. They're off Twitch. Might as well someone capitalize on that success.
But it's the positioning that's interesting. It's like basically they're saying, we're the real streamers here.
Yeah, but I feel like that idea might be just Twitch purgatory.
It's basically
Like you get kicked off Twitch, you go there, you collect enough followers to get back on
everything
on
in the
Twitch.
US is being colored by the ongoing culture war there. Like basically I'm not kidding when I say Parler was started as like the free speech alternative to Twitter.
Shamsi, me and you zoned out, all right?
I know.
Don't act like we want to participate.
Listen,
Me and you zoned out.
I went somewhere else completely. Like
You almost fell asleep a second ago.
there's a question in my head, and is it better for me to live in a world that is dominated by a WeChat, kind of situation, or is it better for me to have competition? That's not really competition, because at the end of the day, everything ends up looking the same. Because that's where I am right now. I'm in a place where everything looks the same. Snapchat looks like Instagram, looks like TikTok.
But there's competition that's making things a bit
You
more.
literally asked
But
the
that's-
most fundamental question of economics. Should
Yes.
I have free market or managed market?
No, but I'm talking about in terms of this is the entertainment economy, right? Where everybody's vying for your attention. Everybody's looking for your engagement. So in terms of a user, what would you prefer?
But here's
What
the
would you
thing: when it
want?
comes to WeChat specifically for China, I would love to have that one here.
There we go. See, the man gave me an answer. Why?
Yes. The reason is I know that everything on it is authorized. It's official. I'm not getting scammed.
See,
I'm not
That's the
getting
right way to do
bullshit.
it.
solution to what he just said.
Yep.
Scams.
That's what it is.
So بالنسبة لك انت you want security. You want
In China on WeChat, Louis Vuitton, Tiffany, all the luxury brands sell on WeChat.
Direct to customer.
Direct to customer.
Yeah.
Of course.
They
Wow.
have campaigns that are specific just for WeChat.
They have
You can
probably
buy
fucking
diamonds.
teams, bro.
Again, you can buy diamonds, my guy. Diamonds through WeChat.
Habibi, I'm pretty sure.
Because everything is authorized, and you know there's a system behind it. It's government backed. There's a whole specific law system to it.
I'm pretty sure I could buy an island if I wanted.
Exactly,
Anything
because
else.
that's something that's guaranteed. You know, no one's going to scam you. If there's an issue, all that data is available if you're taking someone to court.
Yeah.
So here we're talking about
If you've done business with Chinese, they won't even start having business with you until you install WeChat because all their business is through WeChat.
So we go back to the same question. As a user, wouldn't you want that model? So if Instagram is moving towards that model, isn't that a good thing for you?
But
It depends on my use
Instagram is a
case.
private company.
Yeah.
though. It's not compared to WeChat.
Yeah, who's controlling Instagram?
Zuckerberg.
Exactly.
No, not Zuckerberg. The lizard people.
Oh yeah, you lean more left.
Yes,
I say.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, of course.
Every time I write Meta in my phone, it changes it to Mata.
The Spanish player.
I don't know, bro.
Okay.
But
No, Matarazzi.
on that, I was having a conversation with someone in one of those social media companies, and
One of those.
yeah, someone. That,
Those filthy
Someone.
people.
yeah, I don't want to say what it is. I don't get him in trouble, bro.
Okay.
But anyway, me and him were having a conversation because we're talking about new content, and I'm thinking I have ideas, and I want to see how it's going to reflect, how it's going to be on the algorithms, and so on. And he told me something very interesting that I actually wrote it down. He's like, we are living in the death of short form content.
Okay.
He's like, Meta and Google are losing billions every single year because of short form content. Meta has lost a total of $2 billion in the last year because of short form content being not effective.
How?
It's not engaging. With
I can't give you an ad on 10 seconds.
Fair point.
I can't give you an ad on 20 seconds.
The best performer.
This is why TikTok moved it from 30 seconds or something like that
to like you can
up
post
to 3 minutes,
There are TikToks I think up to 10 minutes now.
maybe something like that. It moved away from the whole 10, 15, and then it went all the way up to 10 minutes.
So this is why Vine never survived, because you
Exactly.
never really monetized that line.
How can we monetize?
True, but the consumer is not doesn't want that long term or.
You'd be surprised. Like
Yeah.
on YouTube, the most engaging content is like the sweet spot is like 20 to 30 minutes. Like that content is the bread and butter of YouTube at this
Yes,
point.
But that
18 to 22 is usually the number.
that requires commitment from the consumer.
No,
But if I'm
you sitting
if I'm just
down and watching
having like a
something.
coffee break and I want to watch like a couple of 10-second, 20-second videos.
That's what TikTok is for.
Exactly.
But here's the thing: like, you need to understand YouTube and how to use it, and like, you need to have a certain mentality when you're using YouTube.
Yes.
So if I'm using YouTube, I understand what I'm looking for. If it's a product, I don't want you to give me a 15-20 minute take on a product unless you're explaining in detail what that product is.
True.
So I have the options. I can see a 3-minute video, I can see a 5-minute video, I can see a 20-minute video, right? If I'm looking at podcasting, I know I'm looking for nothing less than an hour. I personally, when I look for podcasts on YouTube and I'm doing something, I look for everything 2+ hours. I don't look at anything for 45 minutes. I'm not into that.
Yeah, see, that's you.
زيدك من الشعر بيت Turks. There's a recent study I saw that basically measured the screen time of these various websites. Basically, how much of that website or platform is your main screen. Like, there's like a 40-60 split. Like 40% of the time, it's being minimized.
Minimized?
Yes.
Yeah, so people aren't even watching. It's just
Yes,
listening.
they just want something to put on the background.
Yeah. I do that too. A lot, actually. But for me, if I'm going for content, if I'm going to be entertained, that's my objective. I'm going for short form, diamond. Because I want that variety. I want to change it up. I don't want to just sit there. And if I want to watch something 40 minutes, I'm going to go watch a TV show.
When you say short form, what do you mean by short form?
Like 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
That's what he's
I'm
talking.
looking for memes. I'm a meme
You're just
addict.
scrolling. You're just
He's like-
scrolling.
Exactly.
Basically.
He's looking for something
Yeah.
snappy, yani, which is not something that everybody, like, I don't do that. I can't do that, bro.
You are an anomaly. لازم نتكلم عن الشيء.
Fair.
No. A lot of people are like Shamsi. Me and you are an issue.
We are an issue.
Yeah, me and you.
In that regard,
Yes. Because if you look at our groups, me and this guy were like battling for shares.
All three of y'all.
Okay.
All three of y'all.
No. You should see, look at Insta hate.
he doesn't
Okay?
look at Insta.
And that's the point. You don't look at Insta hate. Me and this dude are in battles at every single hour.
I know. But what I'm saying
We're
is,
keeping that good
you
life.
guys are.
Do you want to know how much we post? I started after I'm done posting, Tayyip, for that 20-15 minute window. I go back and make sure that Turks didn't post the same thing that I did. If he did, I go unsend it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So I make sure that our brothers and sisters that are with us in the group don't have to go through the process of saying, yo, I saw this
Duplicates.
before.
No,
Yeah.
come
No.
on.
You guys need to clean up
Quality.
your act. Well,
Quality.
Do you see how much this man sacrificed for you? You are grateful swines.
not for me.
He's not
not for
opening
me.
it.
It's not
He
for
wants
me.
to be in the group. When we kicked him out, he's like, yo, guys, put me back in.
Yes.
FOMO, Shamsi again.
Yes.
We kicked you out? I don't remember kicking you out.
When we kicked him out a long time ago.
He's that inactive. I didn't even notice.
بس نرجعت يعني at some
Because,
point when I
again-
noticed but when it stopped pinging يعني.
We're saying it for the third time.
It's not pinging
Shamsi
anymore.
thinks that not opening something is a power move.
Yes. I am here, but I am not here.
Yes.
That figure.
Okay, not the point. Missing the point. Here.
Okay, stepdad.
Okay.
Anyway, listen.
Missing the point here.
Listen, a lot of people are like Shamsi. They're not there for that 20-30 seconds.
Yeah, for me, if you're gonna give me something,
Yeah.
let me engage on it for a minute. I don't want something that's
What
just
are your YouTube habits?
non-existent.
Non-existent.
My
Hello,
YouTube habits
okay.
are non-existent.
Then why are we talking
No,
about
but,
it?
but it's not about.
Dude, what the fuck are you arguing with us?
It's not about YouTube specifically. It's about whatever form of entertainment you decide to engage
Yeah.
on. And personally, I don't engage on things that are gonna take me seconds to consume.
You use Twitter, صح?
Twitter for me.
Yeah, do you go tweet by tweet or do you like go on one tweet, deep dive, go to the replies,
Twitter.
look up the
you
facts behind
You
it?
have threads, okay, and those
Yeah, you
threads
go
take you into other threads that open up an entire, Pandora's box of,
The year is 2030.
He's still on
interrelated.
No, the year is 2030. Shamsi comes on the podcast and says, guys, I discovered YouTube.
So you can choose what to play. It's like podcast,
It's like
but
TV
video.
on demand.
Is that what happened with the gaming industry that you just figured out how it's thriving?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen in a couple of years when you figure out YouTube.
True.
Wallahi, yani, I hope so, صراحة.
Because YouTube is being used more than anything else.
Yes.
YouTube is king.
I know that. I know. For me,
Keep in mind that I know a lot of people, they get a headache of just scrolling on Instagram. Like, what am I looking at? Like, what is this bullshit? What is this weird thing? Especially if you open up one dumb thing and the algorithm says, oh, do you love this?
Yes.
And they just bombard you.
well, this is why you look for your interest and you keep going.
Like,
Yeah.
the,
روض الالجوريثم.
the Instagram algorithm is the most like needy thing I've ever seen in my life.
Look, because
Oh, you haven't met me, but okay.
because we use our past the Kabsa Instagram, like we actually we don't use it. We just basically it's just work,
It's there.
right? But we use our personal ones, and our personal ones when I go to Explorer, right, you know, based on the people that I follow and they follow me, like I get the things that I'm like interested in. But when I open up past the Kabsa Explorer,
It's very
because we
different.
don't use it,
Yeah.
we have a lot of perverts that follow us. Yo, I'm telling you, bro.
That's one of
This is what your circle's like. Are you sure you don't like it?
Exactly,
Are
bro.
you sure?
I remember the first time I opened it, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is happening? Yo,
like I'm just letting you know what the people are looking for.
bro,
So,
I remember a good week, like putting in hip hop, cars,
squirrels.
Please.
and then my algorithm started getting better, and then I ignored it for a month. I come back, perverts again.
That's when you start going nature. Sunsets.
Happy sunsets.
Leaves.
It's all sundresses.
Yeah.
It's not sunsets.
It's not summer yet. No.
Stuff a lot of them. Anyway, change of habits and shit.
But yeah, so
So yeah.
so yeah. No, but again, it's I feel personally, I feel the WeChat model would be nice to be able to have everything packaged in one place, but that would kill the whole idea of innovation. Like you didn't get Twitter until some guy said, "Hey, you know what? Let me do something different."
Okay, we're off of that anyway. But the death of short form content is a crazy thing. If it's causing you that much loss, what is your alternative? How do you get out of it?
Ultra short form content.
What is ultra form? Just next one?
Exactly. It's like sneeze and move on.
No, that's the thing. If people are watching in a different way, or are you gonna try to make people behave in a different way? Because keep in mind, Instagram did Instagram TV. Do y'all remember that shit?
Yes, I remember.
And that died.
Well, it isn't.
That disappeared.
It disappeared last year because of Reels.
What is it exactly? Just so
It's
I
literally it was. I remember we used to post our Instagram cookies.
Mhm.
You post it on the Instagram TV because it lets you use long form.
Okay.
Because a regular post will not allow you, right?
Okay.
So that was the thing for it, and they were trying to attract people to create content on Instagram TV, and it had its own app also.
Okay.
So these content creators can come in and do their short form or long form or shows or whatever, like YouTube Red and so on, for them to do so many things and give more content. And people were like, yeah, man, I'm not clicking on that tab.
Mhm.
And then Reels came out and they went and they're like, okay, this is failing. And they just removed it.
So where is people?
and add Reels.
Where is people attention going right now? That's the question.
I go like fan. Oh, my bad. We're on the podcast.
Yeah.
We're on the
We're on
podcast.
camera and like.
We're on the podcast.
Yeah.
My bad. Oh, totally forgot.
Yeah.
Though I have an interesting theory.
Yes, what?
I think the how long the content is dependent on where you're viewing it. Like, here's the thing: I am not watching long form content on my phone.
Exactly.
You can relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Like, I'm watching it on a PC or connected to my TV. I am not watching 30
On-
minutes.
I am the
Voice screen.
potato. I need to be the potato first.
Exactly. So, and here's the thing: like, for me, Instagram is a phone app. Like, I will does it even work on the desktop? I've never even
It
tried.
doesn't work on an iPad, bro.
Exactly. Like, maybe try using a desktop site and then try the long form content.
It's a different kind. It's a different game. مرة. يعني, okay, so long form you can monetize on. Short form you can't monetize on. But that's the entertaining thing. That's what people want. They want the small bites of entertainment.
The small dopamine hit.
Exactly. Are you going to be able to monetize on that? ما أدري.
I think if you create good content, I think you can, because back then 30 seconds wasn't content anymore. Everybody wanted that 5 minute on YouTube. Everybody was fighting for 15 minutes on YouTube,
Yeah, I
or 20
remember.
minutes on YouTube. And that's what we're all used to. If you open up a YouTube that's 3 minutes long, you ignored it.
But that's monetizing what you're watching on the big screen.
No, we still
How are we monetizing
Bro.
what you watch on the phone?
No, it was all about our phones. When Tefaz 11
Back
was
then.
blowing up.
No, I'm talking about now.
Yeah, now it's different. That's the thing. Now it's different. Now, how do you generate money? What sacrifices do we as consumers have to make for you to survive? That's going to be the question.
5-second YouTube ads? No.
Now, I just told you, they just
30
approved
second
30
YouTube.
seconds non-skippable
And
ads.
that's
Yes.
going to make you actually pay for the service. That's how much your time is.
That'll circumvent ad block.
Yeah.
You can't even ignore it if you want to.
I feel like just people's attention is so dispersed right now between all of these different applications. And at the same time, there's too much similarities for you to be able to actually do something different and be able to make it stick, And that's where we are. We are in a world where everything is different, but everything is the same.
Oh well.
Shamsiyat.
Shamsiyat.
Yeah, that's exactly where we're at, bro.
It's two things: history nobody cares about, and capitalism bad.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't touch on any of those, but
That was implied.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
It comes with the package.
It comes with the package. It's with anything you say.
There was an interesting conversation that I was having with someone that will remain nameless, so I don't get hurt.
Anonymous.
Yeah, physically and mentally.
Okay, what did Mr. Nimas say?
Oh no, we were discussing what's the name. So the conversation was about the effect of women in the U.S. and how is it affecting Saudi women.
In what sense?
And so it started the conversation.
They.
That's all the pronouns.
Exactly, all of them,
Yeah.
all in one place,
Yeah.
right?
تحديد الكل.
Inclusivity.
By the way, later on. later on.
Oh, I know that.
Don't want to get canceled today.
Not at this second, but I'm coming for it. But what's the name? There's a study that came out that said it was about women who play football, right?
Okay.
And they were saying that women get more ACLs than men.
Okay.
So I just want to leave it out there for if you think that everybody identifies who the fuck do I identify? Biology says no.
What?
Yeah.
ACL?
Yes.
إصابات.
tear.
رباط.
Because
Yes,
your
the box
bodies are built differently, and yet you are doing the same thing.
Exactly. Because we are not built equally. Anyway, that's not the conversation.
What?
So he was talking about, he's like, all the influences that Saudi women got was because of what's happening in the States. And I was telling him, I was like, I don't really agree with you. Okay.
No.
And you are not the compass, my friend.
No,
And-
بس Islam.
And what's name? One thing led to another. And then I focused on one thing that I wanted to understand. And this is usually where, a white man can't jump, right? I said, we spent the last 15 years telling us how important women are
Yes.
around that time,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Equality, the importance of a mom, the importance of a wife, the importance of a woman in general,
Yes.
and how we should listen to women and everything they go to.
Can I predict what you said?
Go ahead, sir.
And now you're saying, there's no such thing as a woman.
Thank you, sir. So you spent 15 years telling us to listen to women. Now you're telling us when women are coming on TV saying, yo, you're making this man who says he's a woman play basketball and he's whipping our asses. And he wants to accept that.
No.
And we're telling you, yo, this is a problem. And you're telling us, no, you're wrong.
You're telling women who are you to decide who women are.
The term.
Yeah. Who are you, okay, to allow people onto your club or not your club? This is everybody's club, We get to decide who. This is feelings do matter about this.
Feelings do matter.
Does feelings matter?
Guys, there's a documentary that came out in 2022
Is it?
called What is a Woman?
Yes.
Where a guy basically goes to everyone, tries to get an answer, a straight up answer for that question. And no streaming service has the balls to it. Not a single streaming service. You can find clips like here and there on YouTube, Instagram,
Number
TikTok,
one, where is it?
whatever.
Number one.
I'll show it to you.
All right.
Please plumb the depths, number one. Yes.
Let's bring on the violence.
Scrape the sewers, number one.
Here's the thing. It's basically, to sum it up, the answer he keeps getting back in return is a woman is whoever identifies as woman.
Exactly.
And his response is like, okay, but what is that?
What am I identifying as? Yeah.
And their response is like, a woman.
But yeah, so I told him, I was like, if the position that we're in today was because of the influence that you guys had on us, then what is this new influence going to have on us? I was like all your agendas have failed. Like back from 2001, every agenda that you had that was targeted at the Saudi citizens, it fucking failed. And none of them survived. You had people screaming at us from our own country, running away and calling us names. They fucking failed. They couldn't convince nobody. Because no one buys into the bullshit. And you still failed to convince us.
Because everybody saw that there was an agenda.
Well, that's the thing. The biggest problem with the US, right, and Americans in general,
They think they're
is
the center of the universe.
Exactly. So they think when we say something, Hey, was it heard? It should have been heard.
I mean, of course it was.
Because we said it.
Exactly. Of course it was heard. And exactly, that's exactly the reason why, because we
Excuse
said
you,
it.
Ya Shamsi, it was vert.
There.
I hate you. I hate you.
Yo, herds have feelings.
Fair enough.
Use inclusive language next time.
No,
Be better.
and that's what happens when you are the cultural hegemon and you think that what you actually do and say.
Yo.
Don't allow
You
that
know.
to fly by, bro.
No,
Actually, he said it correctly.
Okay, thank God.
okay, and
I can't believe that. I'm sorry.
okay, what you actually do and say
Whenever he
actually
says something that
rings
sounds-
around the world.
Sounds like a Pokemon for a second. You
Pokemon, Digimon. These are the 3 shows.
This is what happens when we try to big words here.
Exactly. Yes, you
okay.
can, bro.
For once, it
Talk
was
about
correct.
it.
It
Yeah.
backfires, Yanni.
But yeah, I understand what you mean whenever something is said, it's heard around the world.
And not just that, whenever something we do is something, it should be an example to the rest of y'all. Y'all should do the exact same thing. You know, we're doing free markets. Y'all should do free markets too. We're doing, liberalism and gun rights. Y'all should do it too. Whatever it is,
I'm going to ask the tough question. What does hegemon mean?
Someone who dominates in a field.
Okay, shukran. Zia.
Yes.
It comes from the term
You have a
hegemon.
phone, just Google that.
No,
shit.
no. The listeners want to know. The listeners don't know what the fuck you just
Keep
said.
in mind, he's been just thinking about this for the
Yes.
past, 30 seconds.
Allah.
Context, Turks. Context.
But boys, we're having a serious conversation
Yeah.
here. Come on, let's get it together, bro. This is a professional podcast.
Of
course.
Anyway, yes, okay. So, X-Men X. Okay, so it sounded didn't identify as anything. Bro. So he was like, the new movement that's happening right now will make people in Saudi realize that there's more to life. And I was like, y'all are killing lives every day, bro.
More to life. What, they discovered new life forms now?
Oh yeah, you didn't see that? It's called he, them, she,
okay.
remix.
Have you heard of the term Zimzer?
I mean, I just thought they were people. Seems I'm mistaken.
You're wrong.
Yeah, they're
You're
not
wrong.
people.
Nope.
Okay.
How dare you?
How dare you?
I mean,
I identify as a plant, sir.
لا شوف يعني fine, be non-binary. Do you whatever it is that you want to do.
It ties back to our conversation.
But at
at
the end of the
beginning
day,
of the
ترى ما
podcast.
جبت شيء جديد يعني. All you did is just create new terms for things that existed
Yes,
once and
it-
things that will exist in the future.
It ties back to our conversation in the beginning of the podcast. I do not have to be a participant
Exactly.
in your self-worth. Like, I don't care.
I truly believe that Gen Z is bored. And they were like, yo,
Yeah.
let's mix this shit up real quick and see what happens.
Yeah,
This is how I feel.
back in your day,
So the problem is people being allowed to share how they feel.
Exactly.
Okay. So if
Not
bullies
all feelings
Yeah.
are valid,
so
champs.
so if you could punch people through the internet, if you could bully them through the
I
internet.
wish they had that button on YouTube.
Exactly. Some people would decide to keep their thoughts to themselves.
Exactly.
And not say the stupid shit that they're thinking.
Look, I grew up in the 90s. Bullying does help.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I mean,
bullying does help.
example A, look at this man.
Alright?
Okay.
Like bullying always gets the best out of people.
I was gonna say, back in your day, Adil,
tempering of the personality.
these individuals would have been just goths.
That's exactly it.
Yes,
They'll be the weirdos in class.
just goths. Like, oh,
So
I wear
but one category here. Goths.
Yes.
Yeah.
basically.
Because
The weirdos, even better.
Because
It's like-
all that fits into that. They all fit into
Yeah.
that. And for some reason they were always white.
You don't say.
For real, I'm not joking.
Oh,
bro.
the struggleless?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, do you mean-
It's yeah, like I grew up in a very diverse school where the minority was white people. Okay,
And they were the weird ones.
all right, and they were the weird ones.
they stood out, You could notice them
I
at
can't
that
make
point.
this up, bro. They were the ones that were having issues, and everyone that was struggling, that was on food stamps, living their best life.
Yeah, because they
If
don't
you
have.
don't have struggle, you gotta create struggle for yourself. You
there
gotta
you
figure
go.
out a way.
Yes, hence the opioid epidemic.
Hence the victimization.
Hey, look, if Gen Z is playing a prank on us, I'm gonna say, yo, amazing
Psych.
work. Alright? Great fucking job. You nailed it. All right. We appreciate it.
Yo,
Great comedy, guys.
yo,
That's
best
the thing.
episode of Punk. Yo, go for it. Go for it.
But it's generational this time.
Who pops out if it was the episode of Punk?
No, who's
Who's
Caitlyn-
Super Gen Z?
who's Super Gen Z? Yeah.
I was gonna say Caitlyn Jenner for the scene.
Okay, that's
Like, haha.
I got testicles. Anyway,
Wow.
But yeah, good on them.
I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing. And you can create your own culture and try to push it, but other people have their own cultures, and so things like this are not just going to seep easily.
Can I tell you what the problem that we have?
You know, you get my point.
You know who else tried to push their culture?
Caesar.
A couple more. A couple more. But what's that same theme? Same theme.
Was he a failed painter?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Genghis Khan.
Who, Turks? I'm actually waiting to hear the answer.
The Nazis. What are you talking about? It's a very simple. Yo.
I said failed painter. Rakib.
Dude.
You're the history guy. This is your niche.
I thought we were guessing
This
here.
is your field. This is your field.
Your field, bro, and you failed at it.
I'm just saying, yeah. There's options, Tara.
Well, look, to be
The
very
question
honest,
was, anyway.
I think let me get in trouble for this. It's okay. I'm down with that. It was nice knowing everybody. We appreciate y'all.
Give it العافية.
Yes.
Give 'em العافية.
I love you, Adil.
212 episodes. What a vibe,
Yeah,
y'all.
we
We had a
had
great
fun.
fucking time.
Good run.
Yeah.
Good run.
I think the
212?
biggest issue that we have here is that for, let's say, the changes that we see that's happening around the world, and we see it affecting certain people in Saudi too. We're not going to deny that. But the majority of those people that do get affected are the minority. They're not actually the people that are out in the street every single day.
Yes.
True.
They're the people behind the camera. They're behind their Instagrams.
The term is terminally online.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Terminally online it is.
That's a good
That
term.
was a hard line, but
Yes.
so what's the name? Those people, when people look at them, say, "Yo, look at this. These are the changes in Saudi." All right, we can see it happening. It's happening in Saudi, but in reality, it is no, it's not. The majority of Saudi doesn't give a shit about what's happening on social media. Doesn't give a shit what's happening across the globe.
Yes.
We care about our region. We care the people next to us. We care about our neighbors.
Bro, we care about our day-to-day lives. You know,
Yes.
we're not
Correct.
out there getting
But
bothered by.
there's certain people that keep coming out and start saying shit, and then they think that changes are happening, but in reality, it's not really happening. Nothing's happening. But you just found one person in front of you that a lot of people celebrate, maybe, right? But at the same time, like this has no effect on the whole country. The number one thing that I can tell you about Saudi, in comparison to a lot of places in the world, social media in Saudi doesn't reflect the actual country.
Correct.
Not at all.
It doesn't.
Very idealized lives, you know, very 1%ish, very not reflective of every day.
Not even that.
You know.
Not even that. Like
Out of touch with reality often.
Again, this is the internet we're talking about. This is my kingdom.
Yes.
This is my corner.
In Saudi, social media is it's not taking as serious as everything else.
Nope.
Social media is for fun. We come here to have fun.
True.
We come here to talk shit.
Exactly.
This is how it's being used. It's not being used to influence. This is why all the agendas failed, because you cannot influence people who are looking for the laughs.
We
Right?
big up people enough for them to open a cafe.
Yes.
Bro, come on. A girl that you never saw her face, just her hand with a pancake. We couldn't wait for the store to open up. We can't even see the person's. Bro.
Speaking of,
She never cooked one pancake on her Snapchat, but she had a store we all lined up.
Of course.
What are y'all talking about? bro?
We enjoyed it.
Exactly.
Small Cappuccino's Cafe is gonna close soon.
Yeah, Rab.
Please,
Yeah.
please, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta catch it. Please.
No, I hope we don't, bro.
It's a moment in time.
No, but seriously, this is why I don't take the internet seriously. But people abroad, because they take the internet seriously in their own countries, they think that we do it the same way exactly. No, the number one thing, if you look at throughout the last 10 years, 15 years, that was number one things on YouTube for us, was on comedy.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah, it was
And it's-
Tilfaz 11.
and
It
it's
was
still- and it's still-
Khambala.
and it's
It
still
was
there.
U-Turn. It was Sahi or something.
Yeah,
Whatever the fuck it's
yeah,
called. Yeah, like we had all those things. Those were the things that were trending for us because we're about the fucking vibe. I'm here to entertain
No,
myself.
and that's something that you see
Allow me
across
to say one
Shab
more
بشكل
thing.
عام يعني.
Allow me to say one more thing. The majority of people online in Saudi, they're very, very young. And let me tell you one thing. I hate to sound like close-minded, but like if you're under 20, I'm not listening to anything you have to say.
See, look. You said I might be closed-minded. Anyone under 20. I know someone personally. If you are a year younger than them, you can kiss their ass, bro. Your opinion doesn't matter, bro.
هذا literally أكبر منك بيوم. You know? أعلى منك بسنة. يعني وخر عندي سنة كاملة أكبر منك فيها.
No, but for real, I'm with him, bro. Like,
I think the internet is too big and too diverse أصلاً at this point, and the fact that we have our own worlds across social media for anything that's for the culture influence operations that are happening over there to actually really influence anything here, you know?
But that's
Yeah.
what they think.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
And the Qamar al-Sahrani, he's been crying for I don't know how many years in Canada. Exactly.
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 that's my point, you know? It's
Loser, bro.
At this point, people are way too, you know, invested in their own thing to actually really go and give a shit about you know,
Shamsi.
bigger movements or supposed movements.
The real response here would be get your own house in order. Like, we're not the people who are leaking confidential military secrets on Discord for clout.
Yeah,
On a
so,
Minecraft Discord.
no, it's for accuracy. It's not for clout. It's
Yeah,
for
but keep in
accuracy.
mind, like, I don't listen to anyone that talks about anything that's politics in the US because you've been groomed and trimmed into thinking and feeling a certain way.
Bro, because
Yesterday, me and Gelgo were discussing the same issue last night, and he was telling me about like these certain people that we saw on social media. He's like, sometimes I agree, sometimes I disagree, but sometimes I see the hypocrisy where he will say one thing about Saudi, but when it comes to another country with the same issue as us, no, they have their own
bro,
sovereignty.
Yes.
it is a
Because
Is it-
because that the way they've been trained. They've been trained in a way to think, yo, when I think about these countries, I separate them from everything else because they're not part of our
It's
world.
towing the party line.
Yes.
It's not just towing the party line, bro. It's an industry that has been built on groupthink, that has been built on, you know,
Think tanks.
think tanks that have established opinions for the past 60, 100 years that, you know, relate to very niche and specific interests that are then sold and packaged to the wider population as if, yo, you know what? Globalization is a good thing. Factories in China are going to help you. But guess what? I have all of these Midwest factory towns that are now depopulated and poor because they don't have any jobs. But you know what? You're getting cheaper diapers at Walmart. It's just at the end of the day, and there's that big elite thinking that really dominates the cultural zeitgeist in a sense. And
That
everybody
was
else-
Zeitgeist.
That was wrong.
Zeitgeist, I got it.
Okay.
I know it too.
Okay.
I have big words too. I'm just letting you know.
and everybody else is just believing it just because that's what they've been trained to believe. And that's the key word, trained.
It's called manufacturing consent.
There we go.
Exactly.
Noam Chomsky, 1994.
What?
I don't know.
That's the author.
That's
He
the author.
coined the
He
term.
coined the term. He came up with a book. We
You
both
just
know
cite it? Okay, طيب.
this. Yes. I like when the man drops factoids of intellect.
A lot
term
of times
is-
I wonder how we are still friends. I just want to put it out there.
Like, how are we still in the same room?
Yes.
You know?
I'm
الحاجة
friends with a guy who just cites,
الحاجة
cites
الحاجة
whatever you say. Yep.
الحاجة
Dr. Seuss. 2021.
1926. Dr. Sweet.
Just so you know, Turks, that's the vibe we're on.
Oh my God. Anyway, before we bounce, y'all want to talk about Moayed's album?
Oof.
Belly of the Poet.
Belly
Button
of-
the Sha'ir.
Finally out.
Finally out. Who listened to it? I listened to it. You listened to it.
Definitely.
I know number one didn't listen to it.
I listened to half of it.
You listened to half of it?
Half of it.
Number one listened to Ahat or some shit like that.
صوت صفير البلبلي. I love you. I love you.
Excuse you, I listen to the classics. I listen to طائر النورس حلق حلق.
Okay. Well done.
That's a classic.
Acquired taste.
Yes.
Oh my God. I hate us.
I have it on good authority that he has a SoundCloud of birds also in the car.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh my God. Do you play music in the car?
No.
Of course he doesn't, bro. I told you, SoundCloud of birds. You know?
White noise. على طول.
All right. You want to go through it?
Let's go.
Let's go through it real quick. It starts with Deep.
Which is a very strong start.
That is.
We've seen the video, came out a couple of months ago.
Dropped as a single before.
قوي أدوي العالم دوي مولع نار يمكن تنشوي في الليل أقلب ذيب وعوي يعرفوا للصقير يشوو ماخذ طيب جدو
We all know this track.
Yes. It's a good introduction to the whole thing.
I had a problem with that. I'll tell you my problem with that. Because right after this, we went to the interlude. I think we already heard Deep before.
Yes.
Deep has been a single. So I think we already established this is a fire track.
Yes.
I wish the interlude was an intro. Because did you hear the interlude?
لا.
You didn't hear it? All right.
I'll tell you why.
let me finish. حبة شافي.
The percussions though.
في بحر
Fucking
كلامي
amazing.
غريق أنا أعوذ بالله من كلمتنا لكن الراب هذا لنا
This was the interlude.
وأنا عمري 15 سنة طحت في الانترنت على شاعر اسمه بديو الوقداني الشاعر هذا ميت من 160 سنة الله يرحمه. ولما قريت قصايده حسيت بالحكمة وحسيت بالمفردات اللي يقولها. كان شاعر يعني يميل إنه يكتب للحكمة أكثر. في واحدة من أبياته: أيامنا والليالي كم نعاتبها، شبنا وشابت وعفنا بعض الأحوال، توعد مواعيد والجاهل مكذبها، واللي يعرف حدها من همها سالي. مهم الشعر لامسني جدا. القافية بصفة عامة متواجدة في حياتي من يوم أنا صغير. يعني جدتي أمي عايشة الله يرحمها كانت.
I don't want to play the whole thing.
أنا for
I want
me
everyone to experience it themselves. But that would have been a beautiful intro to describe what he goes through, what he's thinking.
That's dope.
It's amazing.
I love it.
It's amazing. I just hope I just wish, again, creativity, everyone has a way to think in any way, shape, or form, and everyone is right, everyone is wrong, right? But that interlude into this album would have been way, way better because of the weight that this album holds. Because it's not a simple album coming out. This is almost like the rebirth of Saudi hip hop.
True.
You know?
True.
I'll tell you how I looked at it. I also enjoyed the interlude a lot. I loved how it kind of introduced me to who Moayed is and what he's trying to do, basically. You know, in terms of his background.
So it introduced you.
Yeah, no,
it was an intro.
Yeah, but I feel like but I feel like the reason it was the second track and not the first is maybe if he started with that, a lot of people would skip it rather than actually listening to the first track and saying, "Hey, okay, I already know this," and then jumping to the second track. And by that time, they had already listened to the first one and had
So they
kind of
understand the
engaged.
process behind it a bit.
Kind of
So you're
engaged
not
in
trying
it,
to
you
build
know?
an album for an artist, I don't know, journey. You're trying to get hits? That's what you're trying to tell me?
No, I feel like I'm
What-
trying.
so
I'm trying
your
to capture your attention. That's why I.
So
kept
your
this.
priority is basically, I want to keep people here, so let them hear something good, and then the album start after.
So are you saying like
that's
he's
what it sounds to
trying
me.
to do like a Tarantino kind of thing, where he starts the movie
in the
with-
middle, and then you jump back to a second to kind of introduce everything that started.
But
in a
that's
sense.
not,
You know.
that's in a movie.
Again, that's how I looked at it. That's how I saw it in terms of the theme of the album. You know.
No, in terms of the theme of the album, I think me and you gotta look at it in two different ways.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's go on.
All right, next track. So track 3 was. This
This is hard.
This is a hard track.
Yeah.
فلو ما يمرش من جمارك، لابس الاهلي في الزمالك، من جده من طنطا، اوعى تفكرنا وانطه. شاعر شافنا امتنع، سمع كلامنا اقتنع، اعمى شافنا جينا، ابكم سمع اغانينا. 3 لا يمكن منهم، ابليس واحد منهم، واثنين
Has a lot of energy.
وثلاثه نقول بعدين. اصبروا صابرين، اصبروا قاسلين، صابر على اللي استنى طيح، صابر على السلطيح. من بقى مشكوك في الكل ما في ثقه، مامي يحب البلبله، اخلاقه ضعيفه مخلخله، في الشده يولول.
Good track.
Yeah.
Very up tempo.
ما سامحكم.
And
This can go hard outside.
and it hits when you play it loud in your car on the speakers. This
Yeah,
hits.
that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He's nailing the Egyptian hip hop flow.
You forgot that Entitled's one of the executive producers, bro. Of course it's
Not
gonna
at
hit in
all,
the car.
not at all, not
Of
at
course,
all.
that bass is gonna
Yeah,
fucking hit, bro.
definitely.
You don't need to worry about
And
that.
it actually does. Yeah. You caught that. And that's one of the things that kind of showed up in this album a couple of times.
And then you have Amin.
البنية تعبانة
Keeps up the
كل
energy.
اللي حوالينا شياطين
Who's this?
نيجاتيفيتي للدين يا رب سلم فلسطين
Jazer? I have no idea.
بيس ساينز وياسمين قولوا امين قولوا امين فري بالستان يا رب العالمين تين على التيم بليز دونت انترفين لا على مين لا تلعب فيه ما انكزايتي يا رب استروا عين Hand me the key to the house that I need. أنا مؤيدين وأبو حمدان لعب في البيت.
اتخطى كل اشكالها واحكم على الناس بافعالها. احسان تلقى
Good production.
احسان، واذا بديت بالشر غلطان هتتحسف انت الورد.
I'm gonna pause this for a second. You can tell the difference between Moayed and
Yeah.
the person who started.
Yeah. Yeah.
The started was very basic.
Yeah.
It was simple like ABCs.
Voice remind me of that feature on Lil Dicky's track, Brain.
I don't remember that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just.
Exactly. It felt like it was okay. Like
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going.
But
But when Moayed started, you feel like okay.
for me, it was a bit too short as well. Like it's like only a minute long.
Yes, a minute.
اسلم واغلط واقدع واسمع كيف ابدع. الله يحييك في بيتي
اسمع مزبار بيتي.
Bro, the beat is fire, bro.
Yeah, the beat is crazy.
Is fire, bro. What are you talking about? And then we get to Kiddo Kiddo, right?
Which switches up the sound a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this track. I'll be very honest with you. And I'll explain to you why after.
تقيل الأمانة وشالها الإنسان. أنا شفت خيانة بين الأخوان. بقول له ليه بيقول لي كده وكده. بقول له ليه بيقول لي كده وكده. بقول له ليه بيقول لي كده.
It's a hard track.
It's hard.
ما أقول لك لا.
موالك هاد زماني رماني. أنا شفت حاجات.
It's quite dark, bad.
It is.
بين الأموات أنا أواني. أنا شفت حاجات والهم كواني.
I feel like I'm singing in an old Egyptian movie, bro.
There's like an alley, dark alley.
Yes. Okay, then after you got Hiroshima.
No. I don't prove that.
I'm with you on that one.
كلامنا عجوبة حاولوا يقلدونا صعوبة معايا واد حبوبة سمعونا في الراب قالوا توبة كلامنا عجوبة حاولوا يقلدونا صعوبة دخول انفجار هيروشيما نقول أشعار لها قيمة طيبين والنية سليمة شايفين أغلبية نميمة لو كم السعر شريته وبيت الشعر
This didn't do as much for me, honestly. This track,
This is fire.
This track didn't do much for me.
It was more wordplay.
Hey.
أراك لا تراني this one. You heard this?
Yeah. I didn't get this track, to be quite honest.
شهيق زفير من ثم شهيقان.
Oh, so he produced this?
Yeah.
أراك لا تراني أراك لا تراني
I have no idea what's going on.
I didn't get this track.
حبي ليك واضح فاضح كيف أخفيه كيف أخفيه فتراك تدري أن حبك متلفي لكنني أخفي هواك وأكتم
شيش يا مويد.
ما تدري فتلك مصيبة
يا إلهي.
أو كنت تدري فالمصيبة أعظم يدك مسكت يدي شعور إني ملك ما في قدي.
Can we go next now?
Okay, this part I like. قبل شوي ده.
أي شيء تفكري فيه عارف إيش هو قبل
Again, the beat sounds different than what came out in the
هذا
rest
ماشي
of the
الحال.
album.
You remember ماشي الحال?
جاك الموت قبل يفوت الفوت الجود موجود وحبل الود ممدود شب النار وسوي القهوة تعرف كيف البن أنا أهوى إذا تسأل ليش كده إيش فينا دنيا
Sounds like a drill sound to it.
نضحك يوم بكرة تبكينا مقديشو إلينا الكوفة بيتهوفن أنا معزوفة سقراطي يهز كتوفة في طريق بختار محفوظ.
This was just dropped as a single.
Yeah, his flow is good here.
لا
I like
مو
his flow.
زلزال هذا نقال القيل والقال هذا شفينا الميل ومال هذا دجال مشي الحال حالك يمشي.
This is dope.
This sounds like a War Chief production.
You already know who's on this track from the beginning, bro.
And this
From the beginning, you know what's on this track.
honestly, I think this is my favorite track of the album.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, like this is my favorite track.
Sample is dope so far.
It's smooth. It's the one track in the whole album I can really call super smooth. Builds up nicely.
Baseline.
You can read entitled all over this.
Yeah, and it's like a full track, you know, it's like a,
Okay.
yeah.
This is like the old entitled, bro. How he used to sneak in.
Wait.
مكان طافي فجينا نولعه لا تكون نسيت هذا البيت احنا نولعه من غير مفتاح
What is this track called? Question. I fucking love it.
يعلم غايب يبلغه ايوه تارك ملتك ظهرك مواجه حلتك هذه وصية مني لك
Entitled.
ايوه دنيتك مقلوبة صف نيتك قبل تكون من نيتك عقوبة إذا كان عاقل احنا نجننه وإذا كان قاسي.
This is a fucking vibe.
It is.
This is a fucking vibe.
What's the track called?
وإذا كان شين قويين حنا
حقيقتك مخفية.
حقيقتك مخفية لكن باينة لي حقيقتك
So
مخفية.
this has also one of my favorite lines off the album.
حقيقتك مخفية لكن باينة
Which one?
When Tito's talking about I gave you a hug, عطيتك hug, رحت ما أدري وين.
حقيقتك مخفية لكن باينة لي حقيقتك مخفية لكن باينة لي.
Then after that was Shen Hussein, also with
Also entitled.
Yeah, you can tell.
My second favorite track off the album. This reminded me of the track that they both had. Like it had that storytelling aspect to it, you know?
الحمد لله على السلامة إن شاء الله ما في أي ندامة شفنا في عيونك علامة سلامات سلامات ليش في عينك كدمات ماشي في طريقي
old school vibe to it.
Yes.
مو حقيقي صدقني يا صديقي
Keep in mind, this is like the old entitled, bro. This is like 2 years ago in Thailand.
Yeah.
جت في عينها
Which is the entitled you're hearing now.
آخر شيء افتكره هذا ممرضة تصحيني الاقي نفسي في العيادة طيب فاكر حمادة اللي يلعب معانا سلة وبيسوي دنك
You know it's a story, bro.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I
And
love
then,
it.
and then you have Besh Mohandis, which we already know.
Yes, which already came out. Again, switch up in the vibe. Which one is this? Okay. Ubud al-Tirari.
Bro, I want. I could have told you, bro.
ايه اوكي فين الإحسان فين الوفا فين البردان فينه عن الدفا فين الإحسان فين الوفا فين البردان فينه عن الدفا فين الإحسان فين الوفا فين البردان فينه عن الدفا فين الإحسان فين الوفا فين البردان فينه عن الدفا سمع كلامي قال واو من البداية
Why just skip?
Go listen to it.
Fair point.
Go listen to it.
Fair point.
Go listen to it.
Fair point.
هلا
I'm trying to run through this so we can have like a conclusion to all of this.
رفعنا الجودة مسكنا
A preview.
طريقنا
عفواً.
عودة انزل على البيت انا هبوط اضطراري فلو نار كله احتار شاف شراري انعم علينا الباري ضعيف مع بالي وما بالي
I heard this somewhere else.
مالي واذا البيت صار خالي معي الواحد انا مرة مو لحالي من الهم راسي سالي مزاجي عالي.
So this was Moayed's album.
Interesting.
Shout out to Moayed.
Congratulations
Titles, Middle Beast,
Alpha.
dropping
Dan.
finally.
Everybody that's involved, Badia. Shout out to them.
Great work, guys.
Thoughts?
I'm happy that we finally have a Moayed album, honestly. That's
Okay,
one.
that's-
Yeah, wallah.
That's the thought.
We knew it was coming from last year.
No, but no, it's finally here. We finally have it. I think that it has a lot of different sounds. I think it was not. It felt to me that it was brought together by different parts that kind of were put on the same box, rather than being developed in the beginning from one kind of cut from Chesney. So there's the Egyptian sounds. There's more up tempo sounds. There's more laid back sounds. I think he tried to bring something for everybody. For me, some of them worked, some of them didn't, personally. But
That's music.
Yeah, exactly. But that's music. Like, and I was just telling you, like, before we started the podcast, like, even when I'm listening to established artists that have been doing it for, years, and they're on their third and fourth album, I still get to people who I genuinely like, but I find tracks that don't do it for me in the album. So I'm not gonna be that critical. Blacks, I'm gonna give him a lot of.
You can be. A Drake album, not everyone likes every track.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone tell you 3-4 tracks out of a Drake album.
Yeah, exactly. So I
that's
give
normal
I give
behavior.
Moayed a lot of props and a lot of credit for giving us, an actual, work of art that he's proud to showcase. I'm super proud of it as an album. I'm super proud of the work that was put into it by, all of the guys that we know and that we don't. And I'm gonna keep listening to it. Honestly, I'm still.
You don't have to raise your hand, my guy. Just speak your truth.
Oh shit, you're here.
Speak your
Yes.
truth.
Yeah.
I forgot about you.
Because I kept figuring out a moment where he'd pause for a little bit, but he kept going.
No, he'll keep going until you stop.
I know, that's
Yeah.
what,
Until he's done.
Can we get to the point?
I tried to do a different approach. Like, as somebody who's not into this scene, as somebody who's very fresh to this, Arabic music in general, it's very refreshing because, hey, finally something different.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's not Habibi, 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 Habibi. It's something actually different. I can listen. I can engage. I can actually, no offense, like I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. 99% of Arabic music sounds the same to me.
Exactly. I agree 100%.
This is a new genre.
Yes, exactly.
Different.
It's a genre that for us as Saudis we haven't participated, but you do have had that across the Arab world. For me, that's the thing that maybe is a little bit different here. You know, it's a Saudi voice doing it.
Yeah, but Moayed is a completely different beast.
True.
He is. I mean, the guy is a great writer. He has amazing flow and
Very good
to
production.
be honest, great production on the album. And I have to go listen to it again. But I already have a couple of favorite tracks that I'm gonna be listening to for years and years.
Okay.
I commend him for this album, صراحة. كفو والله.
No, I do commend him. I definitely commend him. Maybe as a first effort, it's a very good first effort, I think. You know?
Okay, so we all agree that it was an amazing album. It was great work from Moayed. It's a breath of fresh air. It's coming with something different. We agree on all of that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And this has nothing to do with Moyed's talent because Moayed is way more talented than this.
And we've seen, you know.
And we've seen. I personally need to sit down with the album a couple of more times. The first time listen, here's the thing. The problem that I have is I listened to the album a long time ago. So I already had an idea what it is. But the changes that happened, I didn't listen to them. Even when I go to Intel is working on it, I'm not really paying attention. So I never really heard what's going on. But listening to it now, I don't know. I'm a bit confused, to be very honest. One, like Moayed knows that I love him. I said this to him to his face 100 times. I don't like Moayed when he raps in Egyptian.
That's one part of it.
Yeah, I don't. Like for one of them it was good, but for the others it was okay.
There was two.
Yeah, I think there was two.
Yeah.
And I thought it was okay. I don't think it was incredible. I just thought it was okay. I think Moayed is way more talented. The way the interlude tried to introduce who he is did not reflect on the rest of the album.
I agree with that.
Yeah, because as you said, which I agree with you, it felt like there was a bunch of things being pushed into one.
It was like a setup. And for me, the interlude felt like it was supposedly setting you up for something that wasn't really delivered.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's my problem with the interlude and the rest of the track list. I didn't feel like it reflected what that was. You see what I mean?
Like the interlude kind of brought you into that. And that's why, like, when
Makes
I said...
sense. It promised a different kind of vibe.
And that's why, for me, when it started with Deep, that was the vibe that I expected, right?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the interlude...
Besh Mohandis, that's exactly what you thought. With that interlude and these two tracks, this is the direction we're going.
Yeah.
But then the last track that they just dropped with the release, that told you, there's other different type of music into it.
Yeah, there's different sounds.
Now was part of, again, because we need to understand what was Moayed's thought process and plan, and also what was Middle Beast's thought process and plan, and Batia. What were they looking for? Was he looking also to tap into the Egyptian market? Was that something that he wanted to do?
That's a big market.
Okay, that's a huge market.
Yeah.
And if he wanted that market, then it made complete sense where he was going with this. If he's just trying to tackle all the sounds all around to show his skill set and how versatile he is, nailed it.
Yeah, true. I agree with that. And there's also the other part of him having, multiple features on the album. He has, I think, 2 features of the Synaptic. So you're basically trying to tap into, somebody else's audience by kind of featuring. You get my point?
Yeah, that's
this is crossing over basically to a different audience. So for me, in terms of a Saudi rapper dropping an album that can make a splash on the region, I think Moayed's going to catch some ears,
And that's where me and you will not agree.
But at the same time, is this Moayed putting his best foot forward? I think he can do much better.
Oh, yeah, he can. He can.
Yeah, definitely.
Bro.
Definitely.
Yes.
But now that you highlighted it, I did expect from the album cover, from the campaign, from the everything, I expected something very, like...
Button shad.
Exactly.
Yeah, like something that stuck to the theme.
Exactly, stuck to the theme.
Yeah.
And after hearing the album right now, no, it is more diverse. It is more...
Exactly.
It covers a lot of ground.
And again, I go back to the point. It is a first effort. It is we don't know the thought process as Adil mentioned. I will enjoy some of these tracks, but when I heard the interlude, I really I'm like, yes, let's go. And by the time I was done, I'm like, yes, this was fun, but I still want to go back.
After it automatically changes the whole vibe.
Exactly.
Bro.
Like I still went back to the interlude.
Track 3 didn't follow up on track 2.
Yeah, I'm like, I still went back to the interlude. I'm like, okay, I kind of want what you're saying here, and I feel like I got sprinkles. Just got sprinkles.
Yeah, but are we looking for sprinkles though?
Yeah. No.
Like I want Moayed to have the freedom to do whatever he wants. But at the same time, I think there should be a pattern and a direction of where we want to get to, And I feel like this was a couple of mishits in it. My biggest problem, to be very honest, it was the release. That was my biggest issue.
In what sense?
Because this album holds a lot of weight, right? This album is arguably, as I said before, the rebirth of Saudi hip hop with a different sound and a different feeling. You know, he's a guy that has a lot of clout. He has a lot of following. He's very influential and he's very gifted. And he came and gave us this thing, which sounds totally different to things that we had before. But the issue that I have with it was, even if you look back 2-3 days after it dropped, Qasai had bigger impact. When Qasai came in, again, it's Rotana. No, it wasn't Rotana. What was it? Actually, the Magic's company. Platinum? I think it was Platinum. I think it was something like that. Right? That one had the airwaves. They had everything.
In terms of a rollout, you mean?
Yeah, in terms of a rollout. But keep in mind also, at that time, everyone was watching TV for music videos. It wasn't on YouTube. It wasn't any of that.
Yeah.
Right? So it was even harder to get to customers. And I think the way this rolled out and everything around it, I think did not connect properly to each other. Like, this is the person how I see it. From his Instagram to Abu Hamdan to what's the name, Middle Beast, to everybody, I feel like I do not know what was the plan. I do not know if there was a plan. Again, I don't understand the contracts. I don't know what the terms they had between each other. But I feel like the way it was rolled out could have been better.
I agree. I agree with could have been better.
Because I asked people, did you hear?
You remember what I told you? I remember what I told you when we talked a few days ago. I'm like, I like what I'm seeing, but at the same time, it feels a little bit scattershot.
Yes.
Yeah. It feels like, hey, we have ideas. We want to execute these ideas. Okay, we've executed the ideas. Okay, we want to drop the ideas, all of the ideas. But if I'm going to be approaching something like this, I would figure out a way to kind of structure it. You know,
well, the thing is,
to kind of build up to hype me up to kind of like, yo, give me the teaser of you in the studio like a month ago. You know, give me that snippet of the track that I haven't heard.
Not unreleased.
Give me the snippet of the track that I haven't heard. That really a hard track that it's still on the album like a month ago. Let me hear that snippet 3-4 times. So by the time the album comes, I'm racing through the album like, yo, where's that track? You know, give me that funny stuff. You know, weeks ahead of the album release date, not like on the day of or the day before. You know, let me be able to actually post it on a timely sense. You know,
tease.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it was dead silence since what?
Since Deep.
Yeah, and when was Deep?
And not since Deep. Sorry, since after Deep we had the other video, Bash Mohandis video.
Even since, bro, Bash Mohandis came right after Deep.
Yeah. So
since then, what?
It was since then, and we
October.
We didn't have much going on. We had, I think, an announcement that came out a couple of months ago, but that was it. I don't
what
know.
announcement came out a couple of months ago?
It was like a small video of
Moayed,
yeah, talking about.
Well, anyway,
yeah,
I agree with you 100%. There was a track that was dropped and there was 5 months and it was released, right? There was a huge process of people to figure out what the hell's going on. And then on release day, you just bombard me with everything. A music video, posts, no, bro, like... You need to get them engaged 2-3 weeks in advance. What's going on? 2 days in advance. Look, the mentality of let's get in trouble.
No,
Stop. The mentality of people thinking that they are on the same level as A-listers needs to fucking change. Because you cannot act like an A-lister. I don't care how much clout you have. You can't surprise me. You can't come out of nowhere and throw something at me. There needs to be a process of a build-up to know what's going on. Because in Saudi, and you know it, and we all know it, if something drops today, it'll be forgotten in a couple of days. It doesn't survive.
So you need to kind of sustain a machine that's going to keep it going.
Exactly. So I know when it's coming out. There's a lead to it.
Yes, the old adage holds true. It's not about what you've done. It's what you've done recently.
Exactly. Both of you are marketing.
It's not just
what are you talking about? Both of you were in Lubernet.
No, it's not just that. It's
y'all should know it better than anybody else.
No, it's not just that. It's the fact that. When you mentioned you're talking about a rollout, in terms of a rollout, I build it in a sense over time. This didn't feel like something that was built over time. This felt like something that happened at some point, then something else that happened at another point, and then a third thing that happened at a third point. You know, so it didn't really feel like a plan.
It's about continuity. It's about consistency.
There we go.
That's the point, right?
There we go.
Right there. And this is the only issue.
And I think we, although we kind of touched on this in a conversation we had before the podcast, is. Okay, yes, we are criticizing, yes, we're critiquing, but we're doing that because we aspire to see better. We expect to hopefully see better in the future. And at the same time, we do acknowledge that we are in a young industry. For the local industry, the alternative music industry, that's not the traditional Khaliji music that we've all been used to, the way that things are supposed to be done and the systems that have been built in place in places like the US and the UK just don't exist here.
I agree. And this is
The
not,
machine
This is not
itself.
hate. This is not hate.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
even Moayed knows this.
It's constructive.
It's nothing. It's nothing
more
new
than
that we're
anything
saying.
else.
But I'm looking at it as a total because I personally think he deserves better. Personally,
He does.
I think
And this doesn't take away from the fact that we are happy with the the actual work that it came out, the fact that we do have an album that we can go and point and say, hey, this is, the start of something different. This is the start of a new sound, the start of a new wave.
But is it?
Hope so, hopefully. Honestly, hopefully. I really hope so.
That's why I'm waiting to see in 2 weeks to a month what kind of impact that it has and who heard it. Because when I was telling people that it came out, a lot of people didn't even know it came out. And so that was also an issue.
That's part of the marketing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so what are the numbers in a couple of weeks? I'm sure that no one's going to share it, but I think we'll be able to tell where everything stands.
Well, there's an estimation kind of thing.
We're going to know the shit out of Moayed without seeing him. Show me your analytics now. But yeah.
First album of the year, first rap album of the year. No, we had Loki already a couple of months ago, so this is the second one.
We'll see.
Hopefully we have
shout
more
out to
before
Moayed
the
and
end of the
everybody
year.
involved. I hope everybody gets their shit together as soon as fucking possible. We need to get new music and shit. And we'll see what the vibe is. As for me, I think I told you on my point of view. I don't think I'm going to change it for anything. I believe there should have been a better rollout. I think this is the rebirth. I think this is, and personally, I think this is the album that can take the crown away from the album that Qasai made in every single shape or fucking form. I believe in that. I believe in that project. I just have my issues with the project because I felt like, honestly, like Mdun Zal, I feel like somehow something got lost. And then it became this.
In terms of the overall project.
Yeah.
The idea was there. It's just the execution didn't translate.
Like I know there's tracks that I'm going to, like there's 3-4 tracks that I'm going to go to. Like I know that for a fact. I'm going to go back to it.
Yeah.
I know, I don't want to go into details of which ones. That's my personal business. But I know there's tracks that I'm going to go to. But at the same time, I'm looking at it as a whole. And as a whole, it doesn't sound right. Separated, wild. But I look forward to his next album. I look forward to next project he's going to do. I don't know what's going to be his next project, but I know he's going to be working on new projects. And we'll see what happens next, to be honest. But Moayed deserves like all the fucking love and care for all the hard work that he's been doing.
True.
We've seen him put all that fucking effort in the studio. There's more music unreleased than there's music released for Moayed. There's shitload of tracks in Intalo's hard disk that Moayed didn't even finish yet. And all those sound amazing. So Allah yawfiqah. We wish him all the best. Hopefully this becomes a new movement for something better for everybody. Because we need that. We need the new sound, man. We need
more people, honestly, to come in and present something different.
The people are there.
But I know for me, that's one of the things I'm happiest about is that you did give me something different, Moayed. You give me more than one different thing, and even if it's something I appreciate or don't, again, it's a matter of taste. But it's the fact that you came in with the effort of different sounds is something that's really appreciated.
I can't say what you're saying, bro.
Yeah.
Keep in mind.
I understand.
Because I look in I know what's behind the scenes. Right? I heard all the things that he did.
And I'm looking at it in terms of this is the first step. Yes, I wanted this step to be, firmly establishing, something that you can see clearly as a vision. But at the same time, I do understand where you are trying to still figure out your sound and your identity and all that.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question then. Okay, because you're playing around with words a lot here. You're tap dancing a lot, bro. All right, would you take? Let's go with this one. Hold on. No, I had this good. Would you take this? Right? كده وكده. Or you would take the baba.
I would take the baba.
See what I mean?
Again, but it's a sound thing.
Yeah,
I like the sound of the baba.
Do you think the baba fits in here?
Yes.
Easy.
Yes.
See, that's my thing.
Yeah. The track listing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my only problem with it.
Okay.
There's a lot of great checks that Moayed has.
Now I know what you're saying.
See what I mean?
Now I get what you're
Yeah, like Moayed has so many great music behind that could have made this album even better.
فهمت قصدك.
You know, this is the problem that I have. It's because I
Those-
know
yeah.
what he has.
Those are, that's the other side of the conversation.
Exactly.
That's the other
This
side.
is why I can't just like sit here and say, "Oh yeah, it was the best album." No, I know the best album. He has it locked up.
That's why we'll look forward to the next one about doing.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
But inshallah, من هنا للفوق بإذن الله. Inshallah, better بإذن الله. If this is how he's opening the door, just wait for round 2, round 3.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly it.
And unless Moayed is doing a play where he shows, oh look, I can do weird things, and then you come and attack him, then he releases another album, smacks you across
It's
the
like,
face.
look.
This is what it looks like.
Look at me.
Anyway, shout out to Moayed and everybody involved.
مبروك.
Oh, damn, always. Mabruk Middle Beast. Mabruk everybody involved. Mabruk Moayed.
You have
Mabruk
something to
Entitled.
listen to on the way back home.
Mabruk Entitled. Mabruk Wahamdan. Like all the boys involved.
Badia
Badia, Synaptic. I don't know who else.
and Moayed.
I didn't say Moayed is the first one.
Yeah, أول واحد.
But you were not paying attention because you like to talk over people when they're talking, son.
Yes. No, I'm just waiting.
Curious.
I'm waiting to see number one's opinions on the album after he's done with it.
Number one is not going to listen. I go like, ahat.
ما عليك.
I'm blast.
Excuse you. We've established. طيور النورس حلق
طيور
حلق.
النورس.
I guarantee you, ahat HD. On YouTube, he has that shit.
جاهزة.
Lined up, son.
ترسلنا الرابط.
كاسيتات
اوكي.
كاسيتات. We're still on
ما
كاسيتات.
شاء الله عليكم.
What's your alarm clock?
عندكم هيتاشي؟
What's your alarm clock?
My alarm clock is the alarm that I've set since college. And back in the day, I
Look
had.
at him trying to tell us that he's educated. Okay, college.
Back in the day, I had an
community
alarm.
college, all right?
Back in the day,
ايوه.
I set an alarm and I put a note on it to myself. So because ما طنش الألارم.
أيوة.
The alarm is still active from that day. It says لا تنسى كتاب التسويق يد بشا.
Okay, how was it? لا تنسى كتاب.
And he wakes up على تس كذا تشوف يفتح عيونه.
Oh my god, man. Send me your playlist.
I'll send you the mixtape.
Send me the mixtape. The hot mixtape, bro.
طيور الجبل.
طيور الجنة. You Philistine.
Idiot.
I'm just
Come on.
trying to keep it worldly here.
Uneducated.
Anyway, y'all got work. Anyway, shout out to everybody listening to us. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next week, hopefully. Shout out to Tessa views. Why are you yawning in my face, my guy? Anyway.
Signals يسمونها هذه.
افهم يا فهيم.
It's like you
All right,
triggered.
let's go home. Let's go home. We out?
We out.
Peace.